All right, are we up and running? Is my volume set correctly? Doing a bit of a mic check here real quick to make sure that I'm on point. I'm a little behind here, my channel, and I should be live, right? I'm yammering into the void, yeah? Yes, I am. All right, sorry guys. Hey, welcome to the mix, y'all. I am getting my affairs straightened out here so I can get some streaming going here for an hour or so, and so I'm just going to post on social media while I distract you with my amusing limerick. Yeah, I guess so let's get after this. So copy, paste. I'm just posting on social medias here. So hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them, and I publish them online. And I've been publishing D&D content on DMsGuild for the past 7 years. I've been running Eberron as my preferred homebrew setting since 2006, and I've been DMing since 1987. So that's my array. This is the first time I've created an adventure. First time I've published an adventure. The first one for Eberron and 5th edition. This is Crystals of Mabar. It's for 4 to 5 characters, level 7 to 8, and it's you're fighting necromancers and undead in the Carnwood, in the nation of Karnath, on the continent of Corvair. Happy 20th anniversary, Dark Sun, or Eberron. I'm at Phil Kearney. At Phil Kearney on the X Twitter platform. If you're there, you can hang out if you want. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm live in the future. And here is a full playlist of all 268 episodes to date. This is the book cover I created for it, so once it's published on the DMsGuild, check it out. This might be the first thing I build that I don't provide. I don't know, maybe I'll provide 100% preview. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about leaving some mystery in this one, but nah, I'll probably just publish the whole damn thing. Let's see, because I mean, more than anything, adventures need assets, and we'll provide tons of assets. We'll probably have over 100 tokens and maps and other player aids that'll be in a download packet with this. Right now, what we're doing is we're detailing optional additional maps. I call them map vignettes, in that this is something that can just be dropped down for the players to, as a one-shot sort of thing, like that, just as a random encounter. But it's not a random encounter; it's an optional, additional encounter. There's set encounters, like which are generally location or timing-based events. Can also be an event that happens when you encounter a specific character or creature, no matter where it is in the world that you're at. Those are set encounters. And then there's optional encounters, which is, it's a set piece, but it doesn't necessarily have to exist. Kind of like if there's a random table, like if you had, like say 4 generals that your army could potentially encounter while you're raiding an enemy country. Each one of those generals is going to have an army with them that's going to have different statistics, tactics, or circumstances. So it doesn't matter where in the nation you are. When you encounter this particular unit, here's your encounter. Let's go. That's a little bit different from a random encounter, which is you don't know who it is or where it's at, but there's not many details that go along with it because it's meant to be a one and done. You kill them, you're done. Or you eliminate them as a threat, or you're done. Or you interrogate them and you're done. So those 3 levels of depth in characters engaging creatures and monsters in the campaign. So this is an optional encounter, where it's a set location that the team could potentially encounter if the DM chooses for this to appear from the mists. In the Carnwood, there's an unnatural manifest zone that converges with the plane of Mabar, the worlds of undeath and darkness. When they collide, their atmospheres and environments commingle with each other, and the necrotic nature of Mabar just destroys all plant life in the forest within its area, and it also creates this fog effect that obscures any light from getting into the manifest zone. Just scatters it and drops you into darkness. So you only see about 40 feet away at the surface level. Once you get down into the dungeons, it gets even denser as the fog works its way out of the caverns below. But then it seeps out into the general atmosphere with a 40-foot visibility. So that's only 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, you would only be able, if you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So if your characters aren't on this map, like if they're walking adjacent to this map through the fogs, they would just barely see the edges of this monument. So if there's undead crawling out of this sinkhole to attack them, if they close distance to engage with the undead, this structure will start to appear. Each of these maps that we're, each of these giant puddles that we're looking at, they are their own shrinking, like shrink wrap decals that you drop onto the map. The sinkhole itself is its own thing, and then the player space underneath it's a play mat. So you get a play mat, you get the environment, like the actual dungeon map, and then you have these puddles that create difficult terrain to move through and can conceal additional undead. And then we have all the hazard tokens. I'm going to, which are down here that we're working on, and those are here. So you can see this ivy effect. It's ferric ivy, which is like razor vine. Deals damage if you traverse that area. There's a real subtle discoloration from little florets that grow up out of this coffee ground soil, and the coffee ground soil itself is also a token. So the soil and the florets don't deal any damage. They don't cause any condition effects. So visibility can be part and merged into the background. But this ferric ivy and this viridescent material, which is called Letharia vulpina, causes a stinking cloud effect if you cross through it. So it'll poison you, basically. It takes away it's a stinking cloud effect. It takes away your action if you fail a Constitution saving throw. So one of the major important things to do here is to create this vine so that it's replicating pattern, so it can flow from square to square without feeling like it's a square pattern. See how the Letharia here is a square pattern? That's what we're in the process of doing, rebuilding that Letharia so it feels more flow from square to square. Because what you want to do is create a map that only feels like it's in a 5-foot structure when it's been structured to fit inside 5 feet. Nature doesn't do that. So you want to have a nice smooth flow to the topography and tokens and environment that you have. So this looks like little stamps that have been pressed here. These literally are stamps, but they are rotated and flipped so that you can set up these chains of growing ivy that's just flowing across the land or along walls. So that's really important to make sure it's visible, because it'll deal damage to you if you move through the area. And this is a reasonable scale for you to be moving many. If you want to zoom in more, you're looking at details. But this is like the scale that's reasonable for you to be traversing on a map, or you can even pull it back this far if you want, and you can still see the visual cues from both of these tokens. And these are the only 2 tokens that deal environmental hazard effects. The rest of them are flavor text. So let's get cracking. We built this pattern of Letharia, and that is currently what we're in the process of doing here. Give me a second here to go back and find where that's at. There it is. Okay, cool. And then there you go. I wasn't on yesterday. Boy, I really want. I like to stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at lunchtime. But my work day yesterday was so busy that it did not allow me the opportunity to get away. Wednesdays, I typically design subclass options for the Spelljammer project that we published on DMsGuild a couple months back, and boy, I love working on that supplement. But I did not have the time to work. I just didn't have the time. It's the luxury of me being able to work from home requires the responsibility of making sure I get the stuff done while I'm at home. And yesterday was a circumstance where I had to prioritize the job. So, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, you know? They're giving me money. I want to make sure I'm giving them the money's worth. So, but hey, it's Thursday, so we're going to be on tonight. In about 12 hours, we'll be back on this evening. And there's a thing that's happening. It's called Kraken Week. You're going to see it firing up from a bunch of YouTube D&D YouTubers. And basically, it's like Shark Week, but it's about nautical adventures and pirates. So I'm leaning into the pirate theme, and we're going to build some rules around kaiju and then create an example of that. The content will start appearing on the 1st through the 5th. So I've got, and it's going to be basically a stream of videos, and I'm participating. And the 2 videos that I'm making, one is the the homebrew rules about losing air when you take damage, or losing air faster than 1 minute per Constitution bonus while you're in combat underwater. Like how to fatigue your characters in combat while underwater, basically. Which is a delightful little subsystem that I discovered during the playtesting we were doing for the martial powers. I wanted to share that. That'll be a short little piece. But then we'll have, let's see. I think I can push this. There. I'm going to replicate this real quick, just to retile it to make sure it's good. Test. So we're going to test this, okay? So let's go over here to our test area. So yeah, we're going to be building Space Krakens. Normally on Mondays and Thursday nights, I'm live streaming ship plan design for Spelljammer, right? But because I didn't know about Kraken Week, so it just popped up on my radar, and so I'm going to lean into that air supply idea as well as the Space Kraken. So tonight, instead of doing more Spelljammer ship art, we are going to develop the Space Kraken mechanics, and I'll make a little thing out of it. So we're gonna do that work tonight and possibly on Monday, and then once the thing is done, we'll be able to publish. I like how that sits. Let's free transform, flip horizontal. Free transform, bump, 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 like that. Free transform, bump, 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 bump. That. Free transform, like bump, 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 like that. Keep it going because it's snowing. And then what? That's decent. So we've just built a pattern here, and we can see that there's clumps here, and there's clumps here, and clumps. These clumps are spilling from one grid square to the next. I think in a decent enough randomized pattern that if I stack up a bunch of them next to each other, it'll be okay. So it looks like we have a good pattern here. Yeah, because it doesn't just look like a cross, right? None of these specifically look like a cross. And if I were to take away the grid, not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So I'm going to delete the test layer. Let's add this back in. We'll delete our test layer. That's a good replicatable pattern, so we'll keep that. And now we're going to add in the color layer. So let's grab this, and then we'll grab this. Yeah, this I want to bring up the intensity of that. I want an intense green, and maybe there's a little. Check this out. This little triangle that pops up. That means that this is a weird, unnatural color that might be difficult to print. It's really neat that does that. If you push up the green just a little bit or a little far, it's like this is an unnatural color. We're not sure how well this is gonna play. See, like that's natural. This becomes unnatural. Luckily, I only deal with color in the digital realm, specifically because of that, because I don't see any color. So if I'm going to do color, I can't do color proofing, right? Like you send me a book and like, do the colors look okay? I'm like, fuck if I know, dude. Let's hope. Which is why I don't. Which is one of the reasons why I personally don't work in print. I've gotten a ton of printed illustration work in my day. Some of it at the tail end of my freelancing had been in color, but now everything's pretty much just PDFs. So unless you're like a really big company that can afford a really expensive color print, that is not who I am currently. Let's ungroup there. Yeah, here. Color. This is no longer relevant. Take this. Just going to do an underlayer of this color here. I'm going to smudge it out. I want to be careful about using the edge of this this grid square as a border, right? As a margin. I don't want it to be a margin because I don't want it to be looked at and it's like, oh yeah, you're staying within the lines. Obviously, I have to stay within the space that's allocated to it, but I don't have to make it look like it's hitting a hard wall, right? This kind of looks like I'm hitting a hard wall, but it's just a small clump that's right on the edge of it. Another small clump that's right on the edge of it. But as long as I colorize here and don't have just like a straight cutoff, it won't look unnatural. Should be fine. And then we can build in and smudge in this space a little bit here and out here just for some haziness. Good. And then another layer on top of that. I feel like what I need to do This stuff also provides a small amount of light. So it creates this weird lighting from the ground instead of the sky. A very Big Trouble in Little China, Hell of the Upside Down Sitters sort of thing to do. I don't want to anthropomorphize this stuff into a space where it looks like a helmeted face. That looks pretty good. I like that. So let's take this back to its position here. Very good. And blip, blip. Blip. Let's duplicate that group. Merge it. Test. So let's take this to the testing zone here, and let's conceal. Well, let's just leave it be. Let's see if it works. Let's just do a live fire exercise. Does this work? That's got that. See, it's got that grid effect going. So, I have failed the mission. What I need to do then is push this brightness all the way out to the edge in some of these, so it looks like it's going to cross over the space. Where is that going to be most efficient? Here. Yeah, here, here, here. Let's let's grab these bits. Color. Okay, good. Okay, so where's my marks? this one here. There, like that. And where else? Yeah. Okay, let's see how that does. Delete. Bop, bop. Duplicate. Merge. Test space. Move these back down to where they belong. I'm about ready to give up on this keyboard. I am just not liking the feel of it. That's looking pretty good. I am happy with that. There's consistent clumping going on now. The visibility, these white points, these very bright points are pushing past the map border, the grid borders. I could provide additional layers, like additional options that like have different geomorphic shapes. Like sparse versus dense. It's actually not a bad idea. Don't hate that idea. There's a block of this. Okay, let's explore that idea, shan't we? Shan't we? Duplicate. Merge down. Like, fine, leave it there. Nope. Right up here. Nope. These border things are pissing me off. I don't make any references right now. Get out of here. Thank you. Let's put it here. Let's take full part. Part. Line. Down. Delete. Merge, sculpt. Why am I doing this? Because I don't want to lose the color that I have on my palette over here right now. It sounds silly, but that is the truth. Cut that free. Merge that down. Free transform. Rotate and plate. Carve that down. Grab this. Ooh, neat. Free transform. A cool little wedge up here. Poke that into the corner. It's raining here in Seattle today. It is wonderful. It's like 58 degrees. Super, super nice summer day in Seattle. God, so blessed. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Thank you, Timely Timer. Smudge it up a little bit like that. Let's do it like this. Like that. Good. And now we can take this, bring it over to here. I don't think I have a problem with this. Color, we're gonna bind these together. Duplicate, test, merge that group. This. There, nice patch of Letharia there. And then we can some more goodness here. area here. I'm gonna drop back down into the test area here. Copy paste here. That creates a cool little bit, right? We're going to free transform, flip horizontal, and then 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, that makes sense. Let's put it here. And then we'll go grab Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. A little bit more up around here. I should probably do a trail off for the ivy as well, huh? Oy. Duplicate here and then free transform. Dump, 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 dump. There. It's a nice little patch for balance. So far, so good. Test A-OK. Test A-OK. Theurgy. Ungroup. Looks pretty good. I feel like I want another full part. I'm going to duplicate this. Spot. Let's go with transform like this. And duplicate. Buttons. I'm button issues today, folks. Transform. Transform to here, like this. Merge those down. Color. We can take the line and we can offset it. There. Maybe there. Feels pretty good. Duplicate these layers, merge them, test space. Let's go. Transform. Wait. Yeah. Retransform. Yeah, this is a problem. Here's a problem. It's too small of a space within the area that we have, so I'm gonna have to do a cheeky little trick. I'm gonna put a little mark here in the corner. At 10% volume in a color that should be able to blend underneath the square. So if I did this right, I didn't. the hell is going on? Right, of course. Duplicate, here, merge. There we go. See, it has that box. You can see the line moving. Here, check this out. Free transform. See? Free transform. There's a pixel right underneath that little handle there. And here, but you can't see them because it's only 10% of color. It's enough to see there. You can barely see it. See? See those 3 pixels right there? Almost completely invisible. See, I erased it down even further, and it's just about invisible. Still there. All right, cool. So now I can transform properly. I had to do that so I can properly position the thing in the thing. Copy paste. Free transform. Line up. Flip horizontal. That's pretty snug. Transform. Now it looks a lot more natural, just kind of spilling across the landscape like that, right? A lot more natural now. Perfect. How are you doing on time? 7:50? Okay. I still want to do a little bit. I want to do some expansion IV. Wait, one more thing. like this. That's the right way to be. Perfect. Okay, cool. All that jives. So let's grab this. Ungroup. Tharia. Ivy. Florets. Good. Okay, cool. And now we barely have any time left right now, but I think we can acknowledge tokens. Hazard tokens. Ungroup. And of course, if you're doing the nice thing about tabletop is that you can once you cut these things out, you can just kind of flip them onto the map anywhere you want. Super loose. But I want to go back to this ferric ivy, and I want to develop more of that. So we're going to get rid of this and this. Duplicate. Full part. So partial, I want basically to be kind of like this. Nice. And color. Herpsy derps. Wrong layer, Kearney. Let's try this again. There and there. We'll spread that out. Clean up on the outside perimeter. Just smudge that in a little bit more. Almost there. And I'm almost at, oh shit, I'm out of time. All right, we're gonna have to cut it there. And let me go ahead and dump. There, here, color part. Let's duplicate these. Drop them into test. Merge. Free transform. Oh, I like how this looks already. Duplicate. Free transform. Vertical. Free transform. Flip horizontal. There, God, those brambles look so good now. Just that little partial piece really just helped make that clip in. Don't think I need it over there. Let's take it up here. There. Not bad. All right, cool. That's gonna do. I really like how these sit now. Very natural. Paste. Wow, this stuff looks really good. Transform. Looks pretty good, man. I'm really happy with this. Really happy with that. Holy crap. I mean, there are recurring patterns, but you can just kind of ignore them. Good enough. Man, I think we're doing some good work here. Nice. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to the ferric part test. Ungroup. Hazard tokens. Ivy. Part. Ungroup. Condense. Close up. Zoom in. Not bad. Well, now that we're getting these tokens built, we can start dumping these things across all the other maps as well, just to keep the interest and variety going. Full is good. Wait, where'd my partial go? Fuck, did I fuck something up? There they are. Part. Fucking perfect. Ungroup. Ivy. Wow. No complaints. All right, so when we come back, we'll do. We're going to be back tomorrow, and we're going to work on the. Hold on, real quick here. You're out of frame, buddy. frame. Cool. All right, so crystals are good. Ferric Ivy is fantastic. Florets are good. I can do a partial for the florets. Lotharia is good. So we push that up. Emerald caps, and then plague moss. So we're going to build partials and spot for these two. Full, partial, spot. We're going to do a full, we'll do a partial, and then we'll do a spot. We'll do a full and partial, full and partial. That one's already good to go. Oh, we should do a full and partial for those two. iBooks. Oh, all right, that's it for today, guys. We probably aren't gonna have this done tomorrow, but that's okay, because all these tokens that we're building is actually for the entire adventure. Once we have these tokens established, we can just start scattering them across all the other maps that we built. So awesome. All right, guys, that is it for now. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back tonight in about 11 hours. We'll be back to work on Spelljammer stuff tonight. So I will see you guys later.